I'm gay, I'm gay, I'm gay, we're totally gay.
Alrighty, my friends and my fellow gamers, hello and welcome. Excuse me. It would help if I didn't have a frog in my throat as I started my stream today. Welcome to the gameplay stream. Hello, hello, hello. Today is Sunday, July 8th, 2018. I am Darkside Phil. I strongly welcome you to today's gameplay stream. You may be wondering what's going on. Well, first of all, today I'm coming back from my day off, which was quite good, by the way. Thank you for a fun and restful day. Unplugged, mostly from the internet, which I definitely need when I have my day off to not be worrying about, you know, YouTube and Twitch and gaming-related crap, and instead just kind of spending time with my girl and having fun, which I did. It was a good day. I am back for a full week of gameplay streaming for you guys, with one minor exception, which I'll talk about during today's pre-stream quickly here. I belch loudly for you, so there you go. And it's a mix, right? You're always going to get that mix. You're going to get that natural mix, all right? What I would say is, do I want people constantly holding my fucking hand? Of course I don't. I want to legitimately experience these games and have fun with them. Every waking moment, I don't want someone jumping up and saying, this is how you do this, this is how you do this. Oh, that's easy, do this. Here's a trick for what's coming up next. No, I'd rather tackle everything legitimately, all right? And then, if I can't figure it out, then someone helps me. Perfect example here. Sims' Hit and Run. You know, there were some parts of that game that were very cryptic and very, very annoying. There's no way I'm going to figure this out unless I try it 20, 30 times in Rage. Oh, then someone in stream chat says, well, Phil, actually, the game doesn't tell you this, but if you take the first turn instead of the second that it tells you to do with the GPS, it's a shortcut that allows you to win the race easily, so you're not stuck on this race for like 40 minutes. Oh, good, thank you, and then I beat the race. And then some people in stream chat are happy. They're like, thank God, because we didn't want to see Phil get stuck on that forever. We want to see the rest of the game. And there's other people who are just negative dicks. They're like, we can't see him cry in rage for like a day. Me. And you know what? Like I said, you're always going to have that element, and you're always going to have that mix. It's unavoidable. After 10 years doing this, I know that. But I don't want it to be either of the polar opposites. Number one, I wouldn't want it to be where someone completely holds my hand in a game, and I never fail because I'm constantly just being told how to play it. On the flip side, I don't want my streams to become, wow, everyone's a dick, and no one likes me, and everyone's just being nasty to me so that I can just rage as much as I do. And you know what I mean? Like, either way, to me, I don't think would be enjoyable. It's about finding that happy middle-of-the-road medium where you get everyone gets a little bit of what they want. The people who want the rage get a little bit of that, and then the people who want to see progression get that eventually. That's what I think the key to being successful is, okay? So, that's my take on it. For 10 years of being a content creator, that's kind of how I feel about it, okay? Alright, continuing on, Kate did a 50-bit cheers to Happy Taco Sunday, and shout out to Osmink with the fur mink coats. There you go. T-Grabber cheered and said, sorry about Red Faction. Pseudo GTA style games just never do well over time. Yeah, you know, here's the deal, is that Red Faction, when it came out, really was a revolutionary game, because I don't think in any other game had there been that level of destruction capability before. So people were like, wow, as an engine, an actual engine of gameplay, this game is revolutionary, very different, being able to just destroy anything. You know, in any game, you usually go to just, oh, it's supposed to be destructible environments. Half the stuff is, like, invincible and shit. Not so in Red Faction Guerrilla. You know, that game really is fully destructible. So they did accomplish something pretty impressive with that game. But that being said, you're right. The game, I don't feel it aged very well. You know, we've seen so many other sandbox-style games in the last 9 years that have done it better, that have better story-based missions, definitely have better side-style content, rather than the repetitive shit that's in Red Faction Guerrilla. In fact, like I said, Red Faction Guerrilla now, in the modern era, just seems like a better streaming game if you're here to hang out and have fun with your viewing audience rather than caring about the game. That seems to be the main focus. You know, back in the day, I played it offline. I remember at parts of the playthrough hating the game and thinking it was very boring and repetitive and unfair. And honestly, just not having too much fun with it because of its shortcomings, right? But I ended up fighting my way through it and eventually reviewing the game. I didn't kiss the game's butt or nothing. I just gave it kind of an average review. So, playing it 9 years later, it's a cool, nostalgic feeling. But at the same time, modern reviewing audiences are like, meh, this is pretty boring. you know, and when people are interacting with me and having fun during the streams and we're talking, it's fun, but, you know, for the most part, trying to entertain an audience with that game is pretty tough. So I agree with you on that notion, and I am going to keep playing the game, but like I said, it's going to be the month ago on YouTube. Why? Is it because Phil's not no one's watching Phil's stuff? No, it's the opposite. People are watching more of my stuff, but the ad revenue is terrible on YouTube because YouTube sucks. They don't do a good job of selling ad space. They've lost tons of their major advertisers because their website's automated, and advertisers don't like the fact that their advertisements show up on videos that, number one, are videos about stuff they don't want to advertise on, like controversial political topics, racist style videos, terrorist videos, etc. And number two, they don't feel their advertisement is effective. Because let's face it, guys, the top guys on YouTube literally cater to children. They dress up like cartoon characters and Muppets. They dance around, they scream at the top of their lungs, they act like idiots. They have a very, very large child viewer base, and children don't have fucking money to buy products. Yet these guys get the most and most profitable advertisements on YouTube, and so these advertisements are highly ineffective. Okay? So that being said, YouTube has had a horrendous time the past 1.5 to 2 years of trying to retain advertisers. During good advertisement time, so I'll give you an example. Early on in June when E3 is launching, huge. You get tons of video game ads. In the fall, huge, because everyone's advertising their new products, their new games for the Christmas season. But early on in the year, as well as the summer, are completely dead. They cannot get advertisement revenue because no one wants to advertise on their fucking website. That being said, people like me get hurt the most because I'm working my butt off. I'm entertaining you guys. Despite the fact there's no new games, here I am entertaining you. You guys are being awesome. You're coming out. You're watching the streams. You're watching the videos on YouTube. But I get paid half as much. That's not good. And, you know, it sucks because I still have bills to pay. I still have other responsibilities. You know, even though YouTube can't do their job in the summer, you know, it doesn't mean that I have an unlimited budget like Google does. So, what I would ask you is this, guys. If you would like to see me continue to do this full time, you support what I do, you like what I do, if you at all can, please come out to the streams and please be supportive on the streams. All right? That's the way that we're going to get through the shitty, slow summer season. It's the way I always have. And in particular, last year was the first year with the YouTube adpocalypse. And really the only reason that I was able to kind of, you know, get through this whole time was because you guys were very supportive during the summer. All right. And then once we got to the fall, there was the big advertisement boom. So that worked out really well. But, you know, it makes me very nervous. It absolutely makes me very nervous when I'm working my butt off and everyone's loving what I'm doing. I'm getting tons of positive feedback. And then I go look and it says, oh, you made half as much money today as you did the past 2 months. Like, wow, well, fuck you. Seriously, fuck you, you two. Because you guys don't know how to do your fucking jobs. You know, it's their job to go out and recruit advertisements and seek this out to make their website more lucrative for their content creators. And they just don't do it. They don't do a good job of it. They never have. They kind of were like just sat on their asses and wrote algorithms and thought that, oh, let the money roll in. And sadly, those good times just aren't there anymore. So, please, guys, if you love what I do, you want to see me continue to be able to do it, and you want to see me get through this very slow summer, you like what I'm doing, please, if you can, show up to the streams and please be supportive on the streams. Because Twitch is on the up. I mean, that's kind of the complete polar opposite here. On YouTube, things are falling out. On Twitch, things are going up. I'm seeing more profitability, more overall viewers, more followers. Things are going really good on Twitch, and I want to keep that momentum going. I want to keep this going. I want Twitch to become my main source of income that takes over everything. I don't have to worry about YouTube fluctuating or any shit like that. And by the way, in the last 1.5 years that I've been doing it like this, streaming, we have seen how different was my style from today. I would love to sit here and watch that stuff back with you guys. So that's the goal for this month. But you see, Patreon's awesome. You get unlimited, well, I don't want to say unlimited, I want to say unprecedented control over what I do during special events and special times. All right? So please check it out over at patreon.com/DarksidePhil. And please consider pledging to the campaign. Thank you to anyone who has in the past. And thank you to anyone considering. By the way, I should mention, that's not the only perk you get. There's many perk levels you can get. You know, getting private Q&A videos and stuff. Go give it a look yourself. And thanks to anyone who does contribute. All right. Number 2, if you're blind, you probably don't know about this, but if you have eyeballs, you've probably been watching the pre-stream and you see I have a Teespring store full of a variety of merch. Great quality stuff. I can personally attest to the quality because I own a bunch of the shirts and the mug. And I've owned some of them for over a year. They have not worn out whatsoever. The shirts I've worn dozens of times, if not more. The mug I've washed a bunch of times. You know, use it every day on stream. No problems. Nothing wears out. It's great quality stuff. If you buy anything from my Teespring, I get a commission. And you get a cool collectible. So you can check this out at teespring.com/stores/DSP Gaming. By the way, I should say shout out to Hermano Carl. Alright, Hermano Carl, who designed a lot of this pre-stream artwork recently. Maybe looking at the stream, he's like, whoa, I haven't been here for a few days. What is all this? It looks so different. Yes, Hermano Carl designed all of this cool pre-stream artwork for us. I'm very appreciative that he did because it looks really nice. So shout out to him. Okay. Last but not least, if you guys are actually here live on the stream and you're excited, you want to help out and support, you want to maybe interact a bit, and you want to shout out during the stream, well, you can get a shout out 3 different ways. You can either cheer with bits, subscribe to my channel, or you can tip me. If you do any of these 3 things, alright, it helps me out tremendously, obviously, and I appreciate any of your support, but you will get a verbal shout out for your contributions, alright? Pretty nice. Now, there's a couple criteria very briefly. Please stay positive. Don't be toxic. Stay on topic. Try to be short-worded, as concise as possible. Very general, basic criteria that every streamer should probably be abiding by. I don't abide toxicity in here. I don't want drama. I just want fun and us having genuine fun interactions during the stream. Joking around is fine, but bringing up controversial topics like politics or religion, insulting myself or other viewers, all these things are not allowed. Do not bring up other people like detractors and outsiders. It's strictly against the rules to do so. This is a place for us to hang out and have fun, not to be bringing up negative crap. This is not that kind of a place, all right? So thanks to anyone who, is looking for a shout-out and who cheers, subs, or tips today. I appreciate that. Now, if you'd like to go a step above that, maybe you'd like to get a nice animation to play on the stream as a thank you for your contributions, you could do that as well. To do that, you either need to cheer 50 bits or more in one single cheer, or you can subscribe to my channel, and after waiting a few minutes, there's a share button that appears. Click that share button, or you could tip me $5 or more in one single tip. If you do any of those things, you'll get a cool thank you animation designed by Popsicolo, longtime viewer, fan, and stream chat moderator. All right. Sorry, I really had to take a sip. My mouth was very dry all of a sudden. But yeah, you get a cool thank you animation to play on stream. You can also choose whether or not to put a shout-out message in that animation, or if you just want to leave an anonymous, say, for example, a tip. You could leave an anonymous tip or whatever. You can do that as well. You don't have to leave a message, but you still get a cool animation. All right. So, thanks to anyone who cheers, subs, and tips. As you guys can also see on the top of the screen, we've got the Stream Stats leaderboard by which I'll be tracking subscribers, the top cheer, and the top tip for the day. And so if you are the current top cheerer or top tipper, you'll make it up there and get constant, attention, not only on the stream, but these are also videos recorded for YouTube. So you get all that, okay? Pretty nice. Now, I've already mentioned subscribing. I've already mentioned that subscribing allows us to contribute to a monthly goal, which is the upcoming 10 Years of Rage anniversary event marathon, which I already mentioned, where you can nominate your favorite moments over my 10 years to be watched back together and reacted to on a stream. But in addition to that, if you subscribe to the channel, what else do you get? Guess what? You get emotes. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you get emotes. All kinds of fun stuff, including Street Fighter related ones and the like, that you can use in the stream chat. People really love the emotes that you can get for being a subscriber on this channel. Number 2, you don't have to watch advertisements when I run them. Typically, I run 1 to 2 ad breaks during every stream. And number 3, you get a cool chat crown badge to show how long you've been an ongoing supporter and subscriber. Okay? So there you go. All those benefits. Please consider subscribing. Thanks to anyone who does. You guys are awesome. Last but not least, I've mentioned tipping several times during the course of today's stream. And you might be wondering, I don't understand what's tipping. Because 100% factually incorrect to title a video and say Phil Rage Quits Extinction. It never happened. So that's a perfect example. Oh, what they probably did was took a moment of rage from the playthrough and said, oh, and then he stopped playing, which is completely a lie. But that's insanely dishonest. Okay, insanely dishonest to do to get attention for yourself. And of course, I'm sure that video got massive clickbait, right? Massive clickbait. Probably the guy made money, right? Now, I would say, well, Phil, why don't you stick up for yourself, Phil? Because there's nothing you can do. You can't strike him with copyrights. YouTube won't take a video down. If you flag it for misinformation or bullying, 99% of the time, YouTube doesn't give a fuck. Because they're all automated. Their whole system is automated. They barely ever have a human do anything. So, it's ridiculous. Their entire channel's, designed that are made for making fun of me and or taking shit that I say out of context to make me look bad. And people have, I know for a fact, people have told me they've reported these channels for bullying, for slander, misinformation. None of them get taken down because YouTube, quite frankly, doesn't give a fuck. Unless YouTube actually gets a lawsuit in their face, they won't care. So to them, oh look, someone's taking a video of Last of Us 2 and literally doing it out of context to say nasty shit. They don't care. Their entire website is based off of drama and sick shit like this and toxicity. Most of YouTube's popular shit is garbage because of this, and they don't care. They feel like they have no responsibility to police any kind of content on their site, which by the way is illegal, but no one has successfully been able to take them to task for it yet. I really feel YouTube is not going to be around forever. I'm serious about this because the way they run their business is not sustainable. The only reason they're still around is because they're funded by unlimited Google money. And it's only a matter of time before either Google pulls the plug and says, enough of this shit, you guys just don't make money anymore. Or until someone sues them into fucking oblivion. It's going to be one or the other. And so I am happy, when you hear behind the scenes that there are other companies working on stuff, for example, Amazon on their own website, that hopefully, if and when that website does exist, they won't put up with this kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like right now, you can't even search for me on YouTube without seeing a bunch of slanderous negative shit. Hopefully, if a new website comes out and that shit trying to happen, they'll shut that shit down. Because the bottom line is on Twitch, they don't want that. If you actually watch, Twitch's terms of service, they don't put up with that shit. They don't. They can't. They don't want people being that kind of nasty and toxic to each other. And they police that stuff. So if Amazon were to open up a new website for videos on demand, I would hope that they would adhere to the same criteria. Seriously. So that being said, guys, it is what it is. Hopefully, things get better in the future. But who knows? And, you're always going to have this. You're always going to have these people on YouTube doing nasty shit, taking stuff out of context because they get personal reward from it, and there's literally no consequence for it. That's the problem with YouTube. Okay? All right, shout out to Blaine007, who just tipped me $10. And that was it. He didn't even say anything. He just tipped me $10. What's up, Blaine? Good to see you. And thank you very much for the tip. Like I said, today tips are helping me more than anything else, so thank you very much, Blaine, who is now up on the leaderboard as not only the top tip, but the only tip of the day for $10. Thank you. All right, Woomy just cheered, says, yes, I meant to say game plan. The Squid investing team will continue to put some coins, but is very cautious in investment further into DSP Gaming. Okay. YOLO Dopper just resubscribed for the 7th month in a row. Thank you, YOLO Dopper, for 7 months of support. Woomy cheered, said, yes, do worry about putting good content here and worry about the coins and pocket later. Do find ways to make billion-dollar bills, but don't make it the number one thing. I agree. For me, I've always said this, for me, yes, money is a priority. It has to be. I have to pay the bills to stay here and do this as a job. But if I'm not enjoying what I'm doing, if I don't feel the content I'm putting out is entertaining or fun for me or you, then I don't think there's any point in doing it. Why do you think, guys, I still have stayed true to my colors? I don't do the highlight reel kind of shit. I don't cater to all the YouTube. For every game that I play, I'm trying to have fun. That's the key here.
Worthless specimen, get that ass banned.